已经有5年的互相的往来。那其实过去我们大概交流的过程都是2校之间啊，包括我们跟他们做跨国的课程。但是这一次他们来就希望跟我们更深入啊。那所以我们就想，那这样子应该把我们区域的伙伴找来，大家做一点互相的这样的交流。 Good morning, my dear friends.
Good morning.
It was a great pleasure today to be able to share the high school curriculum of the 2 countries with all friends from Denmark. Hope that today's sharing can bring a different thinking and habit. Right? Thank you.
System in Denmark, more particularly how it works at our high school. So I'm going to talk to you about how we have designed the system at our school. So just to give you a brief introduction to the school, we have 775 students. It's sort of like a middle-sized school in Denmark. The largest ones are around 1,500 students, but we only have 2 of them. We have also, we offer musical study courses as well, or study programs, and language study programs. But they're not as popular as science and social science, simply because that's what I guess the future needs, so that's what the students will choose. And when you do choose a science study program, you will also be learning English. We have many mandatory subjects: mathematics, English, Danish of course. All students learn a second foreign language as well, which might be German, French or Spanish. And physics, biology, and lots of different subjects. We also have elective subjects. So, for instance, psychology, as some of the students here major in, and drama, philosophy, and so on. So they can choose. And if they, for instance, choose to have a study program in science, they can also choose some of these subjects if it's not mandatory in their study program. So that's how it functions. It can be a little bit chaotic to understand. This will be a typical day at Ellevold High School. It begins at 10 minutes past 8 and ends at 3:30. And then they have some breaks during the day, and during the individual lesson they will also have a 5-minute break, because we think that it's important that students stretch their legs once in a while and do something different. Yeah. And as you see, our day will end, I guess, a lot. It will be a lot shorter than your school day, right? But that's because after school, the students often take part in sports, or they have different interests that they then continue on to. They can also go to homework cafes at the school and work with their papers, assignments, etc. So that's why. And each student at Ellevold High School has an individual schedule. This is a typical schedule of one of our students, the 2nd grade students. And you see, this is a screenshot from it's an electronic schedule. So as you see, the reason why it's electronic is because it gives us it gives some kind of dynamic. It offers us the possibility to vary the schedule. For instance, if a teacher has to go somewhere on a camp or on an excursion, we will just fill in with another teacher. So you see, all the blue areas here, right? This has been planned from the beginning. But in the green areas, we have made changes. We have a secretary doing that so that the schedule can develop from day to day. So all the students have to check their schedule in the evening. And when they press these different lectures, they will see what they need to prepare for the day after. So that's how it works. You can also see here the homework cafe, and also a homework cafe here. On Wednesdays they end school a little bit early, and I will tell you a little bit about that because that's to give the teachers time to share knowledge. So basically that's how it works. And do ask questions if you feel the need to. At Animal High School, we really do encourage excursions, going out of the school to learn something. During all 3 years, we encourage the students and the teachers to go to museums, for instance, or visit companies and see how company work functions. And perhaps if they have read a play or a book in English, we encourage them to go to the theater to watch it if it's playing, etc. And also in religion, we encourage them to go to the different churches, for instance, to visit or temples, to visit a Buddhist temple in Denmark or a mosque or whatever. So we do encourage them to use the knowledge that they gain in class outside of the school. We also, each year, in the beginning of first year students' year, we send the students off into a log cabin together, where they will make work with collaborative tasks, getting to know each other and deciding on the rules in the classroom so they all agree and sign it, etc. So basically just to get a good social environment before beginning to learn together. Often our first grade students also go on a day trip to London, because English is just a very central language and it's a very central subject in the school. All students have to go on a study trip during the second year of high school, so they will go for approximately a week's time to visit, for instance, Rome and so on. And during this time in Rome or Berlin or London, they will have a program that the teachers have designed that they will follow. So it will be connected to what they have been taught at home, and then they go and see it in real life. We also have sometimes offer students in the third year to go somewhere if they study or major in French, for instance. They go to Paris, etc. So many camps and excursions, etc. A little bit about how teachers prepare. Teachers have to follow, or they have to work for 1,680 hours a year. And at our school, we don't tell them that they need to be working at the school. Of course, they need to be there when they teach. But when they prepare, it's okay to stay at home. Perhaps they have more peace and quiet at home, so they can stay at home. And they register online in a program that is connected to the schedule. And then the management monitor the teachers' registration hours. And so that means that the teachers in Denmark work a lot, but they are very flexible. So, and it benefits all of us. And however, the development that we see is that these days the teachers spend more time at the schools. So this also means that we just built a new teachers preparation room where you can come and sit, but you don't have like an individual seat because most people will work wherever they go around. Yeah. And we think that this way of this system gives us a very fair system, because it means that sometimes tasks take less time, and a teacher will have some time left, and another teacher might have worked too much. So we can take one task and give it to one of the other teachers. And we do that sort of to protect the teachers from working too much. Because as a teacher, you probably know that you can work from morning till night. So that's how it works. And teachers also grade papers, etc. takes a long time. But we constantly are asked by the government to become more and more efficient and working faster and faster. So this is a good way of protecting teachers, but also being as efficient as possible. And when the teachers prepare, the preparation includes course planning, of course. What will the students be doing? And all teachers prepare their own courses or share courses with each other and make them their own. And then they also include, of course, the individual lessons that need to be planned, and correcting papers, and also evaluating the lessons, because the students are asked to evaluate their education several times a year and once a year in each subject. Yeah. So when we plan a lesson, all teachers in Denmark in general focus on variation. We believe that it's important that the students don't do the same thing during an entire lesson. A lesson in Denmark will last for 90 minutes with a 5-minute break. And we don't want the students just to sit and listen to the teachers speak, because we don't think that they benefit that much from it. They need to work, and they need to gain knowledge, not just take it in, but learn how to teach what they know. That's at least our sort of idea behind education. So a very standard Danish, not a Danish lesson, but a very standard lesson in Denmark will look like this. Probably 90% of all lessons look like this. The teachers will introduce something, perhaps 10 minutes, perhaps 20 minutes, but not very often longer than that. They will present a certain topic, probably the students have read about it at home, and then they will send the students out into different kinds of group work, where the students try to find some results. And the students then go using different methods that they have been taught. And then the students go back, and the teacher follows up, and the students present their results, and the teachers guide them, saying this is correct, this is not correct, this is a mistake, you have to go back then and see how you found this result and correct it. So instead of just, in the old days we would have given them the result, now we ask them to find it themselves. And then very often you also see teachers working with different kinds of creative tasks. Once again, we do believe that you need exercise to to have a clear head. So, for instance, the students are encouraged to walk and talk if they need to discuss, because then they're sort of warmed up for a class discussion afterwards. Or if they train like vocabulary, they can exchange words, translate each other's words and exchange them, and so on. We also believe in a system called cooperative learning, which some of you just told me you actually work with here as well, where the students once again interact a lot, finding results, teach each other, and so on. And then often at the end of each lesson, we will have a discussion with the students about the results and how the results stretch out into the world often. So if we read a text about the environment, it will be discussed, perhaps how it influences our everyday life and something like that. So sharing knowledge is extremely important in Denmark, and we have a variety of different ways of doing this. First of all, when a new teacher starts at our high school, the teachers either offered a temporary position or a more fixed position. The temporary teachers, who will be with us for a year or two, will have a mentor, an older teacher that will share, for instance, some of his or her courses with them, and who will also observe the young teacher's lessons and the other way around as well, just to give them an insight into how one can work and give them new ideas. And they will also have discussions about how to do things. It's not, it's not like the older teacher has all the knowledge. We also believe that the young teachers come with new ideas that the older teacher can benefit from. If you have a fixed position, if you become a professional teacher at our high school, you will have to go through professional postgraduate teacher training. And this means that you will follow 4 teachers, 2 in each of your subjects, and you will observe each other's lessons and discuss through an entire year. And you will also go off school, off-site, and receive education in methodology and didactics. At the school, after this first year, we have formal structures. For instance, the management encourage each teacher to go off-site once a year to receive education, and the teachers can choose if they want to know more about their specific topic or about didactics or correcting papers or whatever they like. But we think that it's important because it inspires them, and they come back and they share what they know with their professional groups. So if I, as an English teacher, will go and receive some education, I will go back to my group during, for instance, a lunch break and tell them what I learned. And we also have pedagogical afternoons, where we invite guest speakers from other schools, for instance, or from universities, or whatever makes sense at a given time, to come to speak to us. And sometimes we also ask the professional groups to discuss. For instance, we're changing how we write, or how the different subjects collaborate in terms of papers. Because we see that in many subjects we use the term discussion. So what does it mean in English or in chemistry, etc.? So we can ask the professional groups to discuss it, so that we can see how we are the same and how we differ from each other. More formal structures. We also have a pedagogical council that will take initiative to these meetings, and also we have every time we have these meetings, we have one of the one of the things that we have is like a 15 minutes, sort of like a small break, where one of the teachers who've been doing an interesting program with some of the students will just share this program so that everyone knows and everyone can say, okay, I would like to do that as well, and I know who to ask. On top of that, we have a fixed schedule for meetings every week for 2.5 hours. So, and this is where we can also meet in other groups. For instance, the teachers from the international class will meet and discuss, and we have this is the second year we have an international class, so the teachers who've been working with it for 2 years can tell the teachers who've been working with it for 1 year what they have been doing, sharing knowledge. And another thing, I don't know how much time I have left. Nothing. Okay.
Go on.
2 more minutes. We also have an online platform where we share knowledge. All teachers have Office 365, and that means that their courses, when they have made a course, wrote it down, they upload it, so that if Fleming has made a brilliant course on the Renaissance, I as a history teacher can go in and take it and use it, because we think that all the things that the teachers work with is something that we need to share. And so this, for instance, is an example. Here you see the professional group of English teachers. This is their website. And you see here we have all the A-level courses, B-level courses, something about different written papers, grammar, study trips, excursions. So if you need an idea, you can log on to that, and it will help you be more efficient when preparing. For instance, here you have the A-level, some of the A-level courses, and I might lack an idea of what to do, and I can go in and say, okay, American Modernism, I would like to teach that course. And if I then press that one, I can find different tasks. Here is an example. For instance, the text The End of Something by Hemingway. I can work with the language. It takes approximately 10 minutes, this task, and I can use it. So that's how it works. Yeah, and I will not say anything about the more informal structures then. Okay, so that was it.